Hey everyone, how you doing? So it's Clara and I'm back with another board game review. So I think that many of you have probably figured out by now that I really like sort of escape room type board games. So I thought I'd try my hand at some of these puzzle games, detective puzzle games. So I thought I'd get Detective, a modern crime board game, season one from Portal Games. I've not played any of the other Portal detective games before, so this was the first one that I've played, and I thought I'd give it a go. Now, what I will say is that when this was released during COVID, they released a free mission online, which I thought was really cool of Portal. So, huge props right off the bat. But like I say, this is a detective game, so you're investigating, so you're talking to people, you're going around you're looking at the crime site, you're moving around the map, going to different places and trying to put the pieces of a puzzle together of a crime. This box has 3 different missions in them, and each one felt different and interesting, and that was really good. And compared to, I guess I'm used to the escape room, so in there you might maybe get 60 seconds or 60 minutes or 120 minutes. With this, you get time tokens, and so certain actions will take a certain amount of time, a little bit more like time stories, for instance. So it might take you 2 tokens to get across the board to another place. It might take you 2 seconds to speak to this perp or whoever it is, and also you can try and push them. I like the fact that when you're interviewing people, it gives you an idea of their stress level as well. It sort of has a little thing. And one thing that's really cool about this whole system is that it's got a website that goes with it, which is like a crime database type thing, and you put in the particular mission, and then it might be that you uncover a video so you can go and look at the security footage or whatever it is. So that's really cool. That's really good fun, and I liked that. The website worked really well. Now we solved all of them, so I felt like they weren't too difficult, and we actually got sort of full marks on all of the things that we solved when we were figuring out who it was who did the crimes and everything. It was kind of interesting though, because in the first one we hadn't actually interviewed the person that we realized was the person that did it until the end, because you only have so much time, and so you don't go and interview everyone, you don't go and look at everything. And we realized that this one person was in this case I think it was a murderer, and we actually even figured out from like a passing statement why. But we've not actually investigated that lead at all, which sort of feels a little bit weird, that you're getting full marks, you know who's done it and you know how they did it or whatever, but you haven't actually talked to that people and you haven't looked at that evidence. And that feels a little bit weird to me. It just does. It doesn't sit right. But it's fun. So I think that, you know, me and my housemate, we pretty much like stuff that's a bit more fantasy or medieval or whatever it is, or maybe even space. You know, we don't necessarily. I like getting out of the real world when I can, and so I think solving crimes set in the real world is a little bit, I don't know, it's not really my jam. So would I play these again? Well, I don't think I'd buy them, but I would certainly play them if I got them. And indeed, we actually played all 3 of them fairly quickly. None of them took too long. Like I say, you're using time tokens rather than a set amount of time, but none of them took more than, I don't know, maybe 60 seconds or whatever. So it was good fun. We enjoyed it. Like I say, that weird clunky feeling of not having interviewed half the people and yet still getting it right is a little bit weird, but there you go. I have not really played too many, so I've played the Detectives, the small little games from, is it Hook? And also I've played 221B years ago, and so I do enjoy this kind of game, although I wonder whether the actual theme of Sherlock Holmes is a little bit more interesting. Like I say, sometimes being bogged down in the actual real world is a little bit, I want a little bit of an escape really, and that's tends to be what I go for. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I recommend it for anyone that really likes solving puzzles and wants to investigate and be a detective. Maybe you want to see how good you might be as a detective. I don't know. It's really good fun. There are other games from Portal that and even from the designer Ignacy Trzewiczek, that I prefer, like Robinson Crusoe. But this is a good filler game. Like I say, I would play another one. I'm just not in any rush to buy them. So thanks very much. And until next time, take care and bye.